Hi everybody and welcome to my channel and welcome to Tuesday Craft Day. Well, today is February 2nd and it's time to get some cards out. In fact, I'm recording this on Sunday because I need to get one of these cards in the mail tomorrow, Monday, because the birthday is Thursday. And if I wait until Tuesday, she won't get the card for her birthday. So anyway, um, I'm planning to do at least 4 cards. I'm not sure we'll get them all done today. We're going to see how long it takes, and if it takes too long, what we're going to do is do part 2, and you'll see me again tomorrow making more cards. So we'll play it by ear and see how long these 2 cards take. They're a little bit more labor intensive in that I have to color and fussy cut a couple of things. So we'll see how it works out. So I'm going to take you down. Well, I think what we're going to do, we're going to start off in Cricut Design Space just to show you how I made a few components for the cards I'm going to use. So I'll meet you back in Cricut Design. See you in a minute. Okay, we're in Design Space. I'm going to change the color of my mat. Well, I've got it gray. I think that is okay. So let's start by putting an image in, and I'm going to go for a speech bubble. I like this one. And like I said, there'll be things that are going in different cards. Now this one, I want to get rid of this curlicue, so I'm going over to the right. I'm going to ungroup it, get rid of that, and I just want the speech bubble. Now I'm going to get a shape so I know what size to make the different items. And I'm going to make that shape white. I'm going to unlock it and make it 5.5 wide. Whoops, that's not 5.5, that's 5, that's 55. There we go. And then we'll make it 4.25 high. Now that's the size of the card. So now I'm just going to put this over here. I'm going to move it to the front and size it so it'll fit on the card the way I want it to. Should be about like that, I think. All right, so now I can get that off of here. And I'm going to get some text. I'm going to make this bubble white. And I'm going to print it. Okay, so now it's going to print. Now I'm going to put text, some words, of wisdom on your birthday. And you see up here at the top, this is a writing style, so that is fine. That's what you need to have. Okay, now I'm going to put this down and get it small enough to fit on this speech bubble. Now your Cricut can print these on there. You don't have to do it this way, but I don't have good pens right at the moment, so I'm going to have it printed out. Some words of wisdom on your birthday. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to highlight the whole thing, and I'm going to group it, attach it, and flatten it. Now I have, this is one piece, and it's going to print then cut. Over here on the right you'll see cut print. Okay, all right, so now that's one thing for one card. Another one I'm going to make is an anniversary card, and we're going to do 2 peas in a pod. I saw a cute one in here. Let's see. There we go. Now isn't that cute? But now I'm going to bring this one over and size it to the way I want it to be on this card. And that looks pretty good. Just like that. So now I'm going to to highlight this whole thing, and I'm going to tell it to print. So now this whole thing is going to print. Cut and print. You always have to do that, attach and flatten. And now that should print. Now the last one, I'm going to take this card and I'm going to turn it the other way around because it's going to be a portrait size. And I'm going to go to Uploads. And this is a little gnome that I uploaded just a little bit ago. And that gnome came from Cards TV, CARDZ TV. It was a free download. So I'm going to make a couple of Valentine's cards. So he's going to be the predominant thing on the front of the card. There'll be some other papers behind him, but that's what I want there. So that's about the size I want for the gnome. And he already is a cut and print because that's the way it was put into the system. I have this card is one card, this card is the second card, and this is two Valentine's cards. I have one more birthday card to make, and I'll probably have to think on it for a bit to see what I'm going to use for that one. So let's get these things cut out. Now you see, this can all be cut out, and I'm going to come back. I just, it's sorting the projects by mat, but I don't want to cut out the square. So wait till it comes here. Let's go back. And let's get rid of the square. I don't need to cut that out. Okay, so there's the three pieces. Now I'm going to put in a piece of construction paper, not construction paper, cardstock in my printer and print these out. And I'll meet you over at the Cricut and we'll cut them together. Back in a bit. All right, let me just show you. Here's our little gnome. Isn't he cute? Now here's the little 2 peas in a pod. Now these little pink hearts cut separately, that's fine. We'll just add them to the front of the card. Get him up here and him and that there. And then, whoops, there's another heart. And then this is the speech bubble. So the next thing I'm going to do is that one of these cards is going to be stamped. So I have this stamp. This is for a girlfriend. And the history about this is that we always like to send, when we send cards, we like to send like silly cards or funny cards or irreverent cards. So this one I'm doing this in Stays On, and that is because I'm going to color it, and Stays On will not run with the alcohol markers. Now that is not wanting to stick to my block, so we're going to have to try to turn this over. As a matter of fact, what I will do is I will put the paper on top of the stamp. And that's not got quite enough ink on it to me, so I'm going to do it again, but now I've pressed it down hard enough on that block that it is staying. And that does not want to stay on that block. There we go. Can you see her? She's sitting on the couch. So I am going to now color this little lady. And I'll let you watch some of the coloring. Let's see. Let's give her don't you love the rings and everything on her? And these are alcohol markers, so they are leaking through this paper. And I'm just giving a little shading here. And then I'll go back over it with this one. And blend it in. And I'm going to have to fussy cut this out when I finish coloring. And I'm going to continue this coloring and then bring you back when I get pretty much towards the end of it, because it takes some time to do this, and then we'll see what it looks like. So I'll be back in just a couple. Alright, here she is in all her glory. and I'm going to attach her to the front of the card. First I'm going to put on some papers here. This one looks a little bit like wallpaper, so we'll put that up at the top. And these are cut the same width as the card, and they're going to overlap just a little bit. And then this looks like a little bit of wainscoting. And then Our Lady, it will sit like so. I don't think I can get her on foam tape. I think she's got too many little areas. So let's just do it this way. It really is fun to do these kind of cards occasionally. I haven't done these in a long time. And we'll add our little speech bubble that we made. It's going to fit just perfect. There you go, look at that. Some words of wisdom on your birthday. And on the inside it says, 1 martini, 2 martini, 3 martini floor. And that's an inside joke. We both like a good martini. But you know, I never make one at home. I only have them when I go out to a restaurant. And I haven't been to a restaurant since last March. So I haven't had a martini since last March. But that'll be a cute birthday card. I think she'll get a kick out of it. Alright, so let's put her aside and we'll get busy on card number 2. Back in a second. Alright, the next card is going to be our anniversary card with our little 2 peas in a pod here. And what I did with this card is I generated the inside of it on the computer, and it simply says, just like 2 peas in a pod, and happy anniversary, and we'll sign it. Now on the outside I'm just going to put a few layers. I'm going to use this pretty green, but I want to put it on some black first. It just makes it stand out a little bit better. So let's get that one mounted on the black. And I could be using my tape runners, but the glue is right here and it happens to be working today, so we'll use it. Again, this is a portrait, a landscape shaped card. There we go. You see, it just makes that green stand out a bit. Now we'll add it to the card front. Oops, got a heart on the back of it. Now the card is 5.5 by 4.25. And this piece, the black, is just 1/8 of an inch no, it's a 1/4 of an inch less. And then the green is just an 1/8 of an inch smaller than the black. There we go. Now I have this cute pink polka dot that I'm going to put in the middle, but I'm going to put that on a piece of black also, because again, it just makes it pop out more. So let's get that one put together. And this piece will go all the way across, so it's 5.5 inches long. The black is 2 inches wide, and the pink polka dots is just an 1/8 of an inch smaller. Now we'll put our peas right here. Don't they look cute? I'm just trying to get tiny drops on these little piece of fuzz. I guess I needed a little more there. I guess I didn't need that much, but it'll dry clear. You'll never see it. There. Okay, now let's see what we're going to do with these hearts. Let's put this one right about here. And this is a little sticky, picker-upper sticky. That'll look cute. There you go. Isn't that adorable? Just like 2 peas in a pod. So there's 2 cards. I'm going to try to make one more. If the video gets too long, I'll just leave the 3rd one off, and we'll do that in a part 2. Maybe I will do a part 2 anyway, because I have 2 more cards to make. So I think maybe I'll stop there, because I think you've probably seen enough for today. And if I get my act together, I'll give you a part 2 tomorrow. So you get an extra video. 2 peas in a pod and words of wisdom for your birthday. Perfect. Love it. All right, let me just bring you up here. There, okay. So that's the cards for today. I hope you enjoyed them. And the Cricut is a great tool to use for just creating the embellishments you want to put on the card. I also have a Hallmark card program on my computer, which is what let me generate the inside of that card, because I could set the computer to put the words in the right place and then cut the paper. So some of those things are helpful when you do a lot of cards, and I'm having a grand time getting back into some of these cards. So I'm probably going to do 2 Valentine cards and 1 more birthday card, and we'll see you again tomorrow with part 2. Until then, have a great afternoon. Stay safe, stay well. Wear your mask, keep your distance, wash your hands, play by the rules. And everybody, play nice now. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.